Admiral Kethvar of the Zephyrian Empire stood on the bridge of his flagship, the Eternal Dominion, watching the pale blue dot grow larger in the viewscreen. Earth, a backwater planet inhabited by a species that had only recently achieved interstellar travel. The intelligence reports were laughable. Crude fusion drives, primitive weaponry, and a military doctrine that relied on outdated kinetic projectiles. Such a pathetic sight, he sneered to his tactical officer. 300 cycles of conquest, and this is what we're reduced to: bullying infants. The Zephyrian Armada stretched across space like a metallic storm cloud. 200 warships, armed with quantum disruptors, void cannons, and energy shields that had never been breached. They had conquered 17 star systems in the past decade alone. Earth would fall within hours. "Sir," the communications officer reported, "we're receiving a transmission from the human homeworld." "Put it through. Let's hear them beg." The viewscreen flickered, revealing a weathered human face, a woman with steel-gray hair and eyes that held no trace of fear. She wore a simple blue uniform with insignia that meant nothing to the Zephyrians. "I am Admiral Sarah Chen of the Terran Defense Force," she said calmly. "You are trespassing in human space. Turn around now and no harm will come to you." Kethvar's bridge erupted in laughter. "Human, you face the might of the Zephyrian Empire. Surrender now, and we may allow some of your species to serve as labor in our mining colonies." Admiral Chen's expression didn't change. "I'll give you one more chance. Leave. Now." "Or what?" Kethvar's voice dripped with amusement. "Your intelligence reports show you have perhaps 50 ships in your entire fleet. We are 200 strong, each vessel capable of glassing a continent." "We have one ship," Chen replied quietly. The bridge fell silent. Even Kethvar was taken aback by the admission. "One ship?" he repeated. "Are you surrendering then?" "No," Chen said. "We're giving you a demonstration of why you should have stayed home." The transmission ended. Kethvar stared at the blank screen for a moment, then burst into laughter again. "One ship? These humans have an interesting sense of humor. Tactical, what's our sensor reading on their fleet?" "Sir, I'm detecting one vessel, approximately 3 kilometers in length, emerging from behind their moon." 3 kilometers? Kethvar's amusement faded slightly. His flagship was only 2 kilometers long. "What's its configuration?" "Unknown, sir. It doesn't match any design in our databases. The hull appears to be composed of some kind of dark metal, and sir..." The tactical officer's voice wavered. "I'm not detecting any energy signatures." "No shields? No weapons charging?" "Nothing, sir. It's just coasting toward us." Kethvar felt a flicker of unease but pushed it aside. Perhaps they built one large ship instead of many small ones. A foolish strategy. "All vessels, prepare to fire. Let's end this quickly." The human ship, designated Retribution according to their sensors, continued its steady approach. It made no attempt to evade or maneuver defensively. At 200,000 kilometers, it finally came to a stop. "Sir," the communications officer called out, "we're receiving another transmission. Same human female." Admiral Chen appeared on screen again, but this time she was standing in what appeared to be a vast command center. Behind her, hundreds of humans worked at stations that pulsed with soft blue light. "Final warning," she said. "Turn around." Kethvar had had enough. Fire everything. Reduce that ship to atoms. 200 Zephyrian warships unleashed their fury simultaneously. Quantum disruptors tore through space. Void cannons sent lances of pure destruction, and plasma torpedoes streaked toward their target in brilliant streams of death. The barrage struck the human ship with enough force to crack a moon. When the energy dissipated, the Retribution hung in space, completely unharmed. Not even a scorch mark marred its dark hull. "Impossible," Kethvar whispered. Admiral Chen smiled for the first time. "Did you really think we'd venture into a hostile galaxy without adequate protection? That ship's hull is composed of compressed neutron matter, held together by quantum fields you couldn't even begin to understand. Your weapons might as well be throwing pebbles." "Sir." The tactical officer's voice cracked with panic. The human ship it's doing something. Energy levels are spiking, but not from any source I can identify. What kind of energy? I don't know. It's not fusion, not antimatter, not quantum. It's something else entirely. Admiral Chen's image leaned forward slightly. You want to know what powers our ship? We call it a stellar forge. It doesn't just use a star's energy. It creates a miniature star contained within quantum bottles and converts matter directly into energy at the subatomic level. The power output is... She paused, checking a display. Approximately 300 times that of your entire armada. The space around the retribution began to shimmer. You see, Chen continued conversationally, we learned something important during our first contact with galactic civilization. The universe is a dangerous place full of species that see weakness as an invitation for conquest. So we decided to become very, very strong. Sir, the tactical officer was now shouting. Whatever they're doing, it's affecting space-time itself. Our ships are beginning to experience gravitational distortions. Kethavar watched in horror as his mighty armada began to compress, not physically but spatially. The distances between his ships were shrinking, pulling them together like debris caught in a whirlpool. We're caught in some kind of artificial gravity well, his helmsman reported. I can't break free. Admiral Chen's voice remained perfectly calm. We call this a gravity lance. It manipulates the fundamental forces that hold the universe together. Your ships are now caught in a localized distortion of space-time that we control completely. One by one, Kethavar watched his ships begin to buckle under impossible stresses. The smallest vessels were compressed into metallic spheres no larger than shuttlecraft. Larger ships simply ceased, folded out of existence by forces that defied comprehension. Please, Kethavar found himself saying, we surrender. Do you? Chen asked. Because surrender requires understanding. Do you understand why you lost today? Kethavar's flagship groaned around him as reality itself pressed against its hull. We underestimated you. No, Chen corrected. You made the same mistake every predator species makes when they encounter humanity. You assumed that because we appeared weak, we actually were weak. You forgot the most important rule of evolution. The species that survives isn't the strongest or the fastest. It's the one that adapts. The gravitational forces ceased. Kethavar's flagship, now the only vessel remaining intact from his once mighty armada, hung alone in space. We adapted to your galaxy's rules, Chen continued. We learned that strength is the only language aggressors understand, so we became strong enough to speak it fluently. Kethavar stared at the human ship, finally understanding the magnitude of his miscalculation. What do you want from us? Go home, Admiral Chen said simply. Tell your empire what you saw here today. Tell them that humanity is not weak and Earth is not defenseless. Tell them that if they come looking for easy conquest, they'll find something else entirely. The transmission ended, and the human ship began to turn away. As Kethavar watched the retribution disappear back toward Earth's moon, he realized he was witnessing the birth of a new galactic power, one that had just announced its arrival by destroying an entire armada without firing a single conventional weapon. The message was clear. Humanity had joined the galactic community, and they were nobody's prey. The Empire had declared Earth weak. They were catastrophically wrong.